Let's record it. All right. The first part of the question says, is asking us, I've gone too far. The first part of the question is asking us to write as a single fraction. So that's not difficult. I'm going to first put these in brackets. All right. If I'm adding or subtracting fractions and the denominators are different, I must find the LCM, which is 12. 3 into 12 goes 4 times. So it's 4 times the numerator, which is x minus 2, plus 4 into 12 goes 3 times the numerator, which is x plus 1. Next, I'm going to remove the bracket by applying distributive law. So this is 4x minus 4 2 is 8, plus 3 times x, 3x, plus 3 times 1, which is 3, and this is all over 12. So next I have 4x plus 3x minus 8 plus 2, and this is over 12. Next, I'm going to group the like terms, which is, all right, I did that already. So this is just the final answer. 4x plus 3x is 7x. Minus 5 plus 3, it shouldn't be 2, it should be 3. Minus 8 plus 3 is minus 5. And this is over 12. So that's the answer for A. Let's go to B. In B, we're asked to write an equation in X to represent each statement below. It says do not solve the equation. So we're not to solve the equation, we should just write the equation. All right, so this says when 4 is added to a certain number, so if that number is x and I add 4 to it, the number, sorry, to a certain number, the result is the same as halving the number and adding 10. So that will be half of the number, which is x, plus 10. That's the first equation. And the second one says, squaring a number and subtracting 6. So this is x squared minus 6. Give the same results as doubling the number and adding 9. So this is equal to 2x, which is double the number, and then adding 9. So we're to just write the equation. We're not asked to solve it. Let's get to C. C says, John drew the diagram below to show what he was thinking. All right, so we have input. The input is x. Then you multiply the input by 3. Then you add 5. And then the output at that point is y. All right, so use information from the diagram to write a formula for y in terms of x. So y, which is the output, is equal to the input x multiplied by 3. So that is 3x, and then we're going to add 5. So y is equal to 3x plus 5. So we take the input x, multiply it by 3, and then add 5, and we get y. So next we're asked if the number 4 is input, what would be the output? Well, the input is x, so I can say when x is equal to 4, y would be equal to 3 times 4 plus 5. So therefore, y is equal to 12 plus 5. Y would be equal to 17. So when the input x is 4, y is 17. The third part says, if the number 8 was the output, so the output is y, what was the input? So we have y is equal to 3x plus 5, and we have when y, which is the output, is equal to 8, we're going to have 8 is equal to 3x plus 5. Positive 5 goes over and becomes negative, so it's 8 minus 5 is equal to 3x. So 3x is equal to 3. Divide both sides by 3, and therefore we get x, the input, which is 1. So if the output y is 8, the input is 1. Continuing, we're asked to reverse the formula in CI above to write x in terms of y. So we started it with y in terms of x. Y is equal to 3x plus 5. And next we have to make x the subject, which is we're going to write this formula as y in terms of x. Sorry, as x in terms of y. So positive 5 goes over and becomes negative. We have y minus 5 is equal to 3x. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And now I get x is equal to y minus 5 divided by 3. All right, so this is x in terms of y. All right, and the last part of the question asks us to solve. I'm going to use the method of elimination. I'm going to eliminate y. To eliminate y, the number in front of y must be the same in both equations. If they're not the same, I'm going to multiply equation 1. I'm going to multiply equation 1 by the number in front of y in equation 2. And I'm going to multiply equation 2 by the number in front of y in equation 1. So 1 times 2x is 2x. 1 times 3y is 3y is equal to 1 times 9, which is 1. This is equation 1 multiplied by 1. Then I'm going to multiply equation 2 by 3. 3 3s are 9. 9x, 3 times y is 3y, is equal to 3 times 8, which is 24. Equation 2 multiplied by 3. Then I'm going to add the two equations to get rid of y. 2 plus 9 is 11x, is equal to 33. Divide both sides by 11, and I get x is equal to 3. I'm going to substitute this value of x into any of the original equations. I'm going to use equation 1. I have 2x plus 3y is equal to 9, but x is 3, so this is 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 3y is equal to 9. Positive 6 goes over and becomes negative. So 3y is equal to 3. And the last step is to divide both sides by 3. And I'm going to get y is equal to 1. All right, and so this is the last part of the question. We're asked to solve the simultaneous equation, and your solution is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1.